Boxing Talk. Manfred in the house.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, J. Calderon, Stan Clee Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's Boxing Talk. September 9th, HBO is putting on a triple header in the super flyweight division of 115 pounds with 3 big matches. This is a reminiscent of the days of Michael Carbajal versus Conchita Gonzalez, Ricardo Lopez versus Rosando Alvarez, and guys like Johnny Tapia versus Paulie Ayala and Danny Romero. These are going to be some really good action-packed fights between highly skilled fighters in the lower weight class. First, we start off with Japanese sensation, 2-division world champion, undefeated, the monster, Naoya Inoue. This is a fighter that is coming to the United States for the very first time. A lot of people have been talking about him overseas in Japan. He has blasted through his opponents with such ease, and he is a very dangerous fighter, a big, strong fighter in the junior bantamweight division. He has very good boxing skills. This guy was an outstanding amateur fighter and a prodigy of Japan when he went and captured his first world title at 108 pounds in the junior flyweight division. Then he jumped up all the way 2 weight classes where he took on 2-division world champion Omar Narvaez. Now, Narvaez was a skillful defensive fighter that was a champion for a very long time. Some of you guys remember when he moved up in weight to take on Nonito Donaire, and Donaire went the 12-round distance and couldn't put this man away. It was a boring fight for them. But this fight right here with Inoue, he went in there and he destroyed Omar Narvaez in just 2 rounds, blasting him out of there, dropping him several times to the canvas, and he captured the WBO super flyweight title in spectacular fashion. And you got to give credit to this kid. He's very young. A lot of people don't know about him. He's looking to make a statement once he comes to the United States and fights at the Stub Hub on HBO, and he's taking on Antonio Nieves. This is a guy that really he's just going to be in there to showcase Inoue's skill, because I feel that this kid is not really going to pose any threat in this fight. Inoue is very physically strong. He has a good jab. He boxes very well, and he has a devastating left hook to the body and head. He puts his guys away with that powerful left hook, and he has explosive punching power with both hands. There was talks about Chocolatito and Inoue fighting some while back, but those talks never really materialized because Inoue's team said that they would like to take some time before stepping into a big fight like that and develop Inoue into a bigger fighter and have him come to the United States like he's doing now and showcase his skills before getting into a fight with Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And I think that that's a fight that if everything goes well, we're going to see these guys in a super fight showdown sometime later on in 2018. And I can't wait. Now, also on that card, we have a all-out Mexican showdown in a WBC title eliminator between former world champions Juan Estrada moving up in weight when he takes on former world champion Carlos Cuadras. This is a fight that's going to be an all-action war, very entertaining fight. I look at Estrada. He's a very good fighter, tremendous heart, good chin, and good hard-hitting punching power. He's a workhorse. He goes to the body. He puts his punches together very well, but he's going up against a guy that's a much bigger fighter in the weight class. He's a guy that moves very well. He has very good boxing skills, and you guys might remember him when he took on Roman Gonzalez. Now, that was a fight that was a very good, entertaining fight, but I felt that Cuadras beat Chocolatito in that fight, and I felt that he was just too big for Roman Gonzalez. It was a fight where he outboxed him down the stretch and took that fight. But they gave the decision to Chocolatito, and he became a 4-division world champion to make history as the only guy from Nicaragua to surpass Alexis Arguello. But this fight right here between Estrada and Cuadras is going to be for the mandatory position to fight the winner of the main event between Chocolatito and Sor Rungvisai. And we don't know what El Gallo has at this weight division against bigger men, if his punches are really going to affect a guy like Cuadras. Cuadras, like I said, he has good boxing skills and he could win this fight. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm rooting for Estrada to come out victorious and get that rematch with Chocolatito, because that fight that they had was at 108 pounds and it was an excellent fight that was Fight of the Year candidate, and it was a close fight where Chocolatito pulled out that victory against El Gallo. And it was a great fight, but El Gallo had to come down in weight, and now they have a chance to fight at a higher weight, and it might be a different story this time around. But let's see what happens if he could pass this first test. Now, the main event of the evening is a rematch to a fight that took place early this year, Fight of the Year candidate between Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and two-time world champion from Thailand, Sor Rungvisai. This was an excellent fight, a tremendous fight, and yours truly, Jay Calderon, was at Madison Square Garden, New York City to see this fight. And I gotta tell you, I was sitting there in total amazement of the skills that Roman Gonzalez has, because he is such a great fighter. This kid is a future Hall of Famer, guaranteed first ballot, 4-division world champion, a non-stop machine, a beast when he's in that ring. When I saw the fight, I was just in shock like everyone else with the results, because I felt that it was a total robbery. But after reviewing this fight, taking some time off and seeing this fight twice on television and really scoring this fight closely, I saw that this fight was definitely a victory for the Thailand fighter, Sor Rungvisai. I felt that he won this fight 7 rounds to 5 with the knockdown included. It started out as a very fast-paced fight, and in the very first round, we saw Rungvisai drop Roman Gonzalez with a body shot. This guy is a physically strong fighter, and like I said, I think the best weight is 112 pounds, the flyweight division for Chocolatito. I don't think he belongs at 115 pounds. I think these guys are a lot bigger than him, they're a lot stronger, and they could absorb his punching power. And he throws a lot of punches. He tries to wear down his man and walk right through these guys. But a guy like Rungvisai is just too strong. He's able to take those shots, and he's a heavy-handed puncher himself. This guy has some good pop in his punches. He was working the body of Roman Gonzalez, and he was landing some heavy blows. And also, there was a lot of clashes of heads because of Rungvisai's style, and it opened up some bad cuts on Gonzalez over his eyes. A lot of blood was pouring. I think that was a big problem for him in this fight, let alone that this was the very first fight without his longtime trainer, who passed away a few months right before he got into this fight. And I think mentally he just wasn't there in this fight. You know, I don't want to make excuses for Chocolatito. He's a great fighter. A lot of people had him as #1 pound for pound, best in the world. And he's definitely top 10 in my book. But he's been in a lot of wars throughout his career. But maybe it's time in this stage of his career that it's time to retire. He has nothing to prove. I would like to see him win this fight against Rungvisai, get back the WBC super flyweight title, revenge this loss, and have 2 more fights. I would like to see him face Juan Estrada once again at this weight class and see if he could get past El Gallo a second time around. And then I would like to see him fight the super fight against Inoue. And that's a fight that I think Chocolatito can't win, but I would like to see him at least try against the bigger Japanese monster in Inoue. But this fight right here against Rungvisai, he's gonna have to go to the body. He's gonna have to hurt him to the body in order to try to stop his man. Because it looked like in the first fight, that's where he was doing his most damage. It looked like it bothered Rungvisai, the body shots, and I think that's his only way to win this fight. It's gonna be a tough fight for him, and I wish him all the best. Like I said before, I think he's a very skillful fighter, but this weight class is not for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if Rungvisai is able to drop him once again in this fight and perhaps even become more victorious in this second fight. But that's my fight analysis on the 3 big matchups that are gonna happen on HBO. So tune in September 9th. It's gonna be a great night of boxing for boxing fans. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this YouTube channel, Jay Calderon Boxing Talk. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that little red button, put your email information in so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. Also, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, Jay Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm Jay Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support, keep watching, and please subscribe.